In today's video, I have to survive 100 days as a zombie villager. And also, I have 3 objectives. First, build my very own abandoned village. Second, take down a woodland mansion. And finally, defeat the Ender Dragon. Can I survive these 100 days as a zombie villager in hardcore Minecraft? Keep watching and find out. So here we go, our journey begins on day 1, and the first thing I noticed, I was in this abandoned house. So I decided to head outside and get a bit of fresh air, and the second I headed outside, I was set on fire by the sun. This was not good, oh no. But I needed to make a run for it to this other house, so I did. And I also noticed that there was some wheat, and I needed this for food. So I had to make my very own tunnel leading to this wheat. So I happily collected up some wheat, made a crafting table, and then made some fresh bread. I was now very happy. So I healed back up, and I made another run for it to this other house. Luckily, I didn't take any damage, but then I found a chest with some potatoes. I was truly amazed. Anyways, I gathered up a bit more wheat and then headed to this other house and collected up a bit of wood because I wanted to make a wooden pickaxe. So I made a wooden pickaxe and then collected up some stone so I could actually make some stone tools, like an axe and also a pickaxe. Very nice. Anyways, I went to this other house and found some bookshelves. So I happily collected a few of these because I'll need these. And I was thinking, why don't I just sit in a pool of water and wait for the sun to set? So that's what I did. And just like that, it is now night time. Perfect. So I went around at night time, taking down a few cows, and also I stumbled across my friends, which was quite nice. Anyways, my journey continues across the lands, and then I could see off in the distance there was a village. I knew what I had to do. I had to take down the villagers. As I was making my way over to the village, I could see there was an iron golem. I had to watch out for him, but luckily I stuck past the iron golem, and then I went around the village, taking down these villagers. And then, as I took down this village right here, I turned around, and there he was, the iron golem. I kind of panicked, and luckily he didn't take me out, which was good. Anyways, I continued to go around the village to see what else I could find, and I found this farm. So I gathered up a bit more food, like some potatoes, carrot, and also some wheat. I'll need this. Hey, and also I found a blacksmith. So I happily entered the blacksmith, and I found some pretty nice loot. Oh, I could also see it was getting morning pretty quickly, so I happily watched the sunrise, and then I thought, why don't I just go to the caves? So I happily entered this cave and found some materials like some coal, some copper, and also a bit of iron. And I'll need this iron for some iron armor and iron tools, of course. After that, I made an iron bucket and collected some water. And you might be asking, why do I need this water bucket? Well, on my way through the caves, I found an axolotl, and I wanted to keep him as my very own pet. So I headed down right here and collected up the axolotl. Anyways, I gathered up a bit more iron, and then there it was, some diamonds. So I happily headed down there and collected up these diamonds. I was now happy. And the good thing was, I got myself like 4 diamonds, which is pretty cool. Well then, it's time to leave the caves and head back to base. And I got back to the abandoned village, and I was thinking, well, this looks like a perfect spot to build my base. So I placed in my furnace, crafting table, and also some chests, so I could store all my items, of course. And also, I was getting quite hungry, so I decided to make my very own potato farm. Nothing special, just to get me started, you know? So I planted in some potatoes, some carrots, and also some wheat seeds. And yeah, very simple little farm, but I'm happy. Okay, this over here looks like a perfect spot to build my base. But I would need loads of materials. So I went back to the abandoned village and collected up some of these mossy cobblestone right here. I went around the entire village, collected up loads of this mossy cobblestone. And then on day 4, I went to the swamp and decided to collect up some of this clay because I needed this for bricks and stuff. And I also made some shears and collected up some vines because I'll need these. And then finally, I get back home and start construction on my base. Yeah, I really like how this base turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. I'll give you guys a little tour right here. So coming up through this way, we have our stairway, of course. and we enter the house. We have all our furnaces, chests, and all our storage. I really like the look of this house. I think it looks amazing. On day 10, I wanted to check up on my farm and see how it was doing, and it was doing well. I can see all the potatoes have grown up, so I collected up all the potatoes and also decided to make a diamond pickaxe because I wanted this diamond pickaxe to get myself some obsidian. So I headed to the caves, collected myself some obsidian. Made sure to collect a few bits because I'll need this for a nether portal. Got enough obsidian, so I headed back home. And before I made the nether portal, I'll need to collect some flint. So I did. Then finally, I built a nether portal, and there it was. So I lit it up, and I didn't hesitate, and I jumped through. And as I got through to the other side, I could see it was very misty. And as I turned around, there it was, the nether fortress. So I collected up a few bones before entering the fortress, because I would need these for my potato farm. Anyways, I entered the fortress and went exploring. I found some nether wart and also some soul sand. I would need this, so I made sure to collect up plenty of this stuff. And then I went to go and take down this blaze. And I have to be careful because these blazes could do serious damage. And also, these wither skeletons could do serious damage as well. I was hit by a wither skeleton and it did some serious damage. Just look how much damage that takes. But luckily I was okay and I continued to take down some more blazes. And on day 12, my journey continued through the nether. And I found a bastion. So I happily entered this bastion and I couldn't believe my very own eyes. I could see there was loads of gold and also a chest. So I opened up this chest and found some amazing loot, like this fire respect diamond sword. Anyways, I gathered up some of the gold and then I went around the bastion collecting up some more loot. Finding myself some pretty nice stuff, if I do say so myself. Anyways, I arrived home and I now need to build a potion area. Over here is not really a good spot. You know what? I'm going to build over here. I think this is a good spot. So I started placing in some bricks, some granite, and yeah, some decoration as well, which looks pretty nice. I'm really happy with this area. I think it looks amazing. But then, as I was just decorating my area up, I noticed that there were some pillagers. And I was wondering what were these pillagers looking for. So I let some minutes pass and I wanted to go and catch up to those pillagers and tell them what they was looking for, but I was too late, sadly. I couldn't find them anywhere. Oh well, I guess I'll go back home. Anyways, I get home and I decided to make some fire-resistant potions because I needed these so I could be protected from the sun. So I happily made about 3 of them, which should be plenty. And I have to say, I really do like the look of this area. I think it looks amazing. And then I was thinking, well, I kind of forgot about my axolotl. And luckily there was actually a pond right outside my home. And I thought this was like a perfect spot to place in my axolotl. But I did a bit of decorating first, making it look a lot better. It is now time to place in my axolotl. And I could tell he was very happy. Just look at the smile on his face. Well, I think it's now time we go on a mining trip. So I made some iron pickaxes and I have to say my armor is not looking that good. So I headed to the caves and yeah, I found this ravine. So I headed down into the ravine and went to go and find myself some materials, like some iron and also a bunch of gold, which was pretty nice. But then I found some diamonds. I was truly amazed. So I collected up these diamonds and also I collected up some lapis, which is pretty nice. I'll need this for enchanting. But funny enough, I found this cave and as I turned around, I could see there was a mob spawner. So I headed over there and I found some chests with some nice loot like a golden apple, a bunch of gunpowder and also some music discs, which is pretty nice. Anyways, I went around the caves, continued exploring and I found some amethyst crystals. I'll need this for a spyglass. Wow. That's a lot of crystals. So I collected a few of those and then I spent the next couple of days just looking for some diamonds. I kind of wanted to make a full set of diamond armor, so I spent a little while looking for some diamonds. Alright, that should be plenty of diamonds. It's time to head back to base. And then, on my way back home, I couldn't believe it. I could see my base has been set on fire, so I rushed over there the quickest I could. I was panicking I didn't know what to expect, and as I got over there, I could see those pillagers. I couldn't believe it. The pillagers have come back and destroyed my base. Why would they have done this? So I took down all the pillagers one by one. And they also destroyed the inside of my base. Just look at it. It's been destroyed completely. And then, as I was looking at all the damage the pillagers did, and then as I turned around, there they was. All pillagers. In seconds, I was outnumbered by all these pillagers. So I had to make a run for it. So I broke these blocks right here and left my base. Wow, that was pretty close. And then I continued to take down the rest of the pillagers. And then finally, I took down the final pillager. I can't believe it. All my hard work has been destroyed by these pillagers. I wonder why. But then even worse, I noticed that my axolotl was gone. How could this be? They've taken my axolotl. Why would they do this? I will get my revenge. I'll show these pillagers. So the next day I just removed all the fire. My base has been destroyed. I couldn't believe it. I wondered why the pillagers would do this. But I was not going to let the pillagers win. No, I was getting my revenge. So I made a full set of diamond armor and also some new tools. I was ready for this. I was ready to show the pillagers not to mess with me. So I headed out in search of the pillagers. And surprisingly, the next day, I found this outpost. But I needed a better view, so I climbed this tree right here and got a better view of the outpost. And I have to say, I could see they had everything set up. I wonder what they're doing. But that was not going to stop me. I had to get back my axolotl. So I started attacking these pillagers. I'll do anything in my power to get back my axolotl. So I took down these pillagers one by one. And then finally, I took down the final pillager, and then I went around the base looking for my axolotl. So I opened up all the barrels and chests looking for my pet axolotl. And then finally, I opened up this chest right here, and there it was, my pet axolotl. I was super happy. And there was also this note, and it had some coordinates. I wonder what this could be. I best go investigate. This could be serious. So I left the outpost and headed out in search of whatever this could be. So I travelled for days and days, and then I stumbled across this village. But this was no ordinary village. This place was ruined. Somebody had to have done this. I wonder who did this. There was no one around. There was no villagers or anyone. Everybody was all gone. Oh, I've been travelling for days and days. It's got to be up this hill, surely. Wait, what's that? A woodland mansion? Okay, how's this? Wait, this doesn't look like a normal woodland mansion. This has all been burnt down. I need to go and get a better look at this. So I headed over to the woodland mansion, and I could tell this place has been destroyed, and also the forest. Who could have done this? So I entered the mansion, and yeah, there was no one here. This place has been destroyed. Just look at this place. There's nothing around. And then, the next day, as I was going around the woodland mansion, I found this strange hatch of some sort. I don't know what this thing is. And then it started playing this beeping sound. So I kind of panicked and decided to leave the woodland mansion and go back home. That is really strange. I wonder what that could be. Oh, well then, we finally arrived home on day 33, and it's nice to be back home. Anyways, it's time to place in my axolotl. So I did, and I could tell he was now very happy. He was happy to be home. Anyways, after that, I decided to make the enchantment table. And of course, I needed an enchantment room, so I decided to make myself one. Very simple, nothing special really. Looks pretty good though, I do say so myself. But the thing was, I only had one bookshelf, and yeah, I needed loads more. So, I need to go back to the Nether and collect up loads and loads of blaze rods. And then I wanted to go and find a warped forest, so I headed to the warped forest and collected some ender pearls, because I needed loads of these to make some eyes of ender. Alright, that should do it. I get home and make some Eyes of Ender. So I headed out in search of this stronghold, and surprisingly, I found it in the same day. It wasn't too far away, surprisingly. But even better, I could see there was a library right here. Now I was super happy, so I collected up loads and loads of bookshelves because I needed plenty of these. And then I went around exploring, and then as I turned this corner right here, there it was, the end portal. So what I decided to do was to place in all these Eyes of Ender. And the good thing was, we only need like 6 more, which was awesome. Anyways, we arrive home and I make a bunch of bookshelves. And of course, I go and place them in. And there it is, we now have a full enchantment table. Anyways, I did a bit of enchanting after that. And I enchanted my chest plate, get myself protection 3, and also I enchanted my pickaxe, get myself efficiency 4, silk touch, and also unbreaking 3, which was pretty nice. Hey, and also I noticed that there was actually a wolf around my base, so I decided to tame him, have him as my very own pet. So I've got some bones and tame this wolf, and there it is. We now have a new pet. Wow. Well, I think it's now time we go on a bit of an adventure. So I headed out across the lands, and I found this desert temple. And as I entered this desert temple, I didn't really find anything good, but that was okay. I continued my journey, and I found a jungle. So I decided to go around the jungle and collect up some jungle wood, and also I made some shears so I could get myself some leaves, because I might use these jungle leaves for my base. Just what I was looking for, a jungle temple. So I entered this jungle temple right here, but once again, I didn't find anything good. That was alright. I decided to gather up some of these mossy blocks because I'll need these for my build. And then I found this ruined nether portal. So I opened up this chest right here and I couldn't believe my very own eyes. There was an enchanted golden apple. Wait, is that a Badlands? Yes, it is. Surprisingly, there was a Badlands right outside the jungle. So I headed to the Badlands and collected loads and loads of terracotta. I would need this. And also collected some of this dirt so I could use it for some paths. Also find this mineshaft, which there wasn't really anything special here. So I left the mineshaft and I found a minecart. And it had some diamonds and also a name tag. Perfect. On day 49, I stumbled across a mushroom biome, which was quite nice. So I happily headed over there and got to land. And what I decided to do was to gather up some mushroom blocks, because I might use these for my build once again. I know I shouldn't be using a pickaxe on dirt, but I really needed some of these blocks. Hey, and then what we decided to do, me and this mushroom cow, we wanted to watch the sunset, so we did. On day 50, I barely made it home, literally. But what I decided to do now was to do a bit of building. So it's time to do some building. So this is our storage area. This is where we store all our food, like our carrots and potatoes and wheat. Very nice. And I have to say, I really like what I've done. I added some new paths around, some new walls, and also decorated everything up, making it look very nice. And there it is, our base is pretty much done. I think it looks amazing. I think it's time we do a bit more enchanting. And I could see there was Fortune 2, but I didn't really have enough levels. But before I went back to the Nether, I wanted to get myself some more diamonds. So I headed to the caves, finding myself loads and loads more diamonds. Alright, I collected a few diamonds, not too many, just a few. And then I went to the Nether and went around collecting loads and loads of levels. I seriously needed loads, so I spent a little while in the Nether collecting loads of levels. And as I was making a way through the Nether, I stumbled across another bastion, which was quite nice. So I thought, why not? Let's head over there and see what we can find. And I found these chests right here with some nice loot. Hey, and also I found some shiny gold. I was very happy. But then, even better, I found the Lone Stone. I made sure to collect this because this was special. Anyways, I said goodbye to the bastion and headed back home. Anyways, we arrived home and I enchanted that diamond pickaxe, get myself Fortune 2, and also enchanted my leggings get myself protection 3, and with that Fortune 2 pickaxe, it is now time to mine up these diamonds. So that's what I did, and I have to say, I got myself plenty of diamonds, which was pretty nice. But I was not quite just finished doing enchant yet, so I headed back to my enchantment table, enchanted my pickaxe, get myself efficiency 4, but even better, I got myself a diamond sword with looting 3, which was amazing. Also decided to enchant a bow, another sword with sharpness 4, and I thought why not combine those together to make the ultimate diamond sword. So that's what I did. Whew, and finally, the lodestone. It's time to place this in. So I made a very simple pillar right here and placed in the lodestone, and there it was. And before the day ended, I wanted to get myself a new pet. So I headed out and I found this horse. So I tamed this horse right here, and there it is. We now have a new pet. The next day I was thinking, we need to build our horse her very own home. So that's what I did. Using some spruce stairs, a bunch of decoration, like a bunch of leaves around, and I have to say I really like the look of this area. I think it looks awesome. I also noticed that I had some name tags, and I think it's now time we name our pets. So for my horse, I went with Bella, and for my pet dog, I went with Rex. So I happily named my pets Bella and Rex. So I named my dog Rex right here, and then I headed outside and named my horse Bella. I could tell they was very happy. It is now time we start preparing for this woodland mansion. So I made some healing potions, some strength potions, and then I went to get myself some food. I would need plenty of this food if I was going to be taking down this mansion. So I said my goodbyes, and we're now ready. So I headed out for days and days, searching for this woodland mansion. I was about to give up. I didn't know if I could find it, until I could see off in the distance. There it was, the woodland mansion. So I headed over there the quickest I could and entered the woodland mansion. But even worse, I was ambushed by these illagers, which low-key scared the days out of me. Literally. Anyways, these illagers did serious damage. If I got stuck, it would be game over in minutes. But luckily, I was able to lose them. As I headed up these stairs right here, I could see there was more illagers. So I used my bow to take down these illagers. And then, there he was, the evoker. So I decided to use my bow to take down the evoker. And there it was. The evoker has been defeated. It's time to head over there and collect up the Tome of Undying. Anyways, I continued to take down the rest of the illagers and evokers. So that's what I did. I went around the entire mansion, taking every single one down. Well then, just like that, the woodland mansion has been taken care of. So it's time to leave, and I have to say, we got ourselves loads of Tome of Undyings. This is amazing. Anyways, we arrived home, and the first thing I wanted to do was to go back to the Nether and collect up some ancient debris, because I really needed loads of this to turn my armor into netherite. So I spent a little while collecting some ancient debris. But that was not all. Oh no, I need to also go to the fortress and collect some more blaze powder. So I headed to the fortress, took down a few more blazes, and then went back to the warped forest. And of course, I took down some endermen because I needed, ender pearls. And then finally, on day 92, I turned all my diamond armor into netherite, and also my tools as well. And here it is. We now have a full set of netherite armor. It is now time. It is now time. It is now time to defeat the Ender Dragon once and for all. So I gathered all the stuff I needed from my chest, like my sword, armor, potions, and all the stuff I would need for this fight. And before I left, I made sure to say goodbye to my pets, because this might be the last time I would ever see them. But I could see my pets were sad. But I had to do this. I had to take down the Ender Dragon once and for all. So I said goodbye, and I headed out. there she was, the end portal. I knew what I had to do. I placed in all the Eyes of Ender, and there it was, the end portal. So I didn't hesitate, and I jumped through. And as I got through to the other side, and there she was, the Ender Dragon. And I could tell the Ender Dragon was furious. She instantly fired fireballs at me. This was not good, but I knew what I had to do. I had to take down the End Crystals the quickest I could before the Ender Dragon could take down me. So I went to each pillar, taking down all the End Crystals, and as I turned around, I could tell the Ender Dragon was getting angrier and angrier. This was not good. There it is. All the End Crystals have been destroyed. It's now time to take down the Ender Dragon once and for all. Tell the Ender Dragon was getting furious. She was getting weaker and weaker, so I waited for my right opportunity and I striked, taking my final swing and defeating the Ender Dragon. And there it is. Wow, we did it. Wow, I can't believe it. We actually did it. So I gathered up all the XP and also the Dragon Egg. I was not going to be leaving this behind. And there it is. Wow, we finally got the Dragon Egg. So I said my final goodbyes to the end and I headed back home. So I arrived back home and it is now time to make a place for the Ender Egg to go. So I used some quartz blocks, which looks pretty nice if I do say so myself. And then finally, it is now time to place in the Ender Egg. And there it is. Wow, we did it. Wait, what's that? Is that a letter? It is. It's got coordinates on it. This has to be serious. I have to go and investigate. What when somebody needs help? So I packed up my things as quick as I could and headed out, searching for days and days across the lands, not finding anything. I've been travelling for days, so I don't think I'm ever going to find it. Wait, what's that? Is that a chest? It is a chest. So I rushed over there the quick as I could and opened up his chest, and as I opened up his chest, there was nothing in here. It was empty. I knew this was a waste of time. Wait, what is that on top of the hill? Who is that? Where's he going? He's running away. I best go and chase after him, see what I can find. Then finally, on day 100, I could tell it was a villager, and he finally came to a stop. But before I could say anything, he pushed this button, and I fell into this obsidian trap. I was stuck. I didn't know what to do. And then I could see he was climbing down the ladder, and then I tried to escape, but I couldn't. And within seconds, I could see he had a potion. He threw the potion at me, and also gave me a golden apple. And then minutes passed, and then strangely, he set me free. I wonder why. So I looked around, and I was in this secret lab of some sort. I wonder what this place could be. But I also noticed that I've changed. And I could see I've been turned back into a regular villager. Wow. And that's where our story ends. 100 days as a zombie villager in hardcore Minecraft. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.